Welcome to BW People. My name is Resham Suhail, your host today. We all know that one best thing that this pandemic has done is transformation, technological transformation, or you call it digitization. It has accelerated all the companies, organizations, and people to accept technology and adapt to it swiftly. To talk about this, we have a very special guest today with us. Please help me welcome Ms. Shalini Kapoor, who is the head for digital HR at Dalmia Bharat Group. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Resham. Thanks, ma'am.
Moving ahead in the conversation, we will discuss about how HR as a department or function is adapting to technology and how technology is making it easier for daily operations of HR, right? Taking it ahead from here, I would ask you, how has been these 150 days for you, Shalini ma'am? What has kept you busy personally, professionally, at your home, at your office? What would you say? How was your experience?
Right. I think it all came in as a surprise for everybody out there. None of us were really prepared for a shift like this, but all it takes is just one event and it kind of just transformed the way you look at life, at work completely. So personally, of course, it kind of gave an opportunity to relook at yourself as a person. For me, it was quite an opportunity to get back to a lot of things that I was actually missing out for various reasons. Professionally as well, I think it's been quite a learning. Initially, what we were assuming it to be a halt in our operations indeed proved to be a point. And if I look at last 150 days, as you said, I think there was so much more that as a team that at Dalmia Bharat is what we've accomplished. And that makes us extremely proud of everything that we've been able to kind of do, even being at our own places. So I think it's been quite a learning experience today.
Yes. I am with you. Yes, it has been a learning experience, and initially it was a real shock for everyone. Gradually, we have now at a stage where we have learned so many new things with this disruption. I have observed and listened to many experts speaking about this, that it has increasingly made the HR as a function more crucial, more critical. To what extent do you think that now when HR is playing a very crucial role in decision making, where everyone in the organization is just behind the HR's decision, right? To what extent do you think HR is now the real business partner?
Okay, maybe I would say it's not that this situation actually made us an important decision or an important part in the decision making. For Dalmia Bharat Group, I think HR has always been at the forefront of a lot of decisions that we've been taking, it be it people related or even business decisions. And I think it's not just specific to our organization. Across, if you feel that if HR is looking at a seat at the table, there is something that you would need to do beyond your regular operations. It's not, I think as an HR, as a function, we've moved so much beyond just by doing the regular operations, giving in reports, or just advising the leadership or the management on a people related matter. We're right at the thick of things. We have internally, in fact, proved to be enablers rather than just facilitators or the advisors, or rather, I would say partners to the business. We're right there. So we're not in support functions anymore. We are we are the team that helps make decisions. And this hasn't really changed it in last 150 odd days, or this or the pandemic that has been caused. It's nothing that has kind of changed, or I would say the decision making is kind of evolved or transferred from a management thing to an HR thing. We were right there always.
This pandemic has introduced a lot of uncertainties at different levels, right? So when we talk about decision making, do you see any difference and increase or development in parameters of decision making?
All right, so I'll just pick it up from where you kind of just started in terms of soon we would see that HR team or HR people will actually be in the CEO. I think this is something that we've already accomplished. Let me kind of also revisit our tagline, our business tagline, which says future today. So we, as an organization, have always kind of, taken in decisions. We would, keeping in mind the future that kind of lies in ahead. So we aren't as an organization or even as a function doing in a catch-up game at all. To give you an example of our digitization or even the technology part of it. So as a function, I think automation, transforming our operations a digital way, or going in paperless are a thing of past for us. We've done and dusted it at least 4 years back. And when we strategize as to how our digital outlook needs to be, we actually thought that it has to be a 10x of what the market is actually talking about. So we are not really catching up on the digital trends or in the business trends. We're right ahead. So we're talking of 10x growth, and would want to enjoy a short monopoly there while others catch up with what the benchmark that we have set. So that way, I think decision making has always been pretty future sighted. As I said, when we say future today, we are thinking of 10 years ahead of now. But they just transformed. It was a paradigm shift that happened. So we, as an industry, if we need to be relevant for the next odd years, that transformation needs to keep happening in. I think that is what has helped us survive since 1939 till now. And of course, we plan for the next 100 years that way. I was also kind of, I've always heard people saying when it's about digital transformation or even if it's about business transformation, changing in the culture or getting ready with your cultural aspect is something which is very important. So you kind of, set up the entire stage for people to start looking at things differently. So that's a culture change that you would need to. We I think, looked at it a little differently. We said we're not really going to get involved in first shifting out the culture and then making things available. And let's say now, let's say my people are ready for a new digital adoption or for a new process adoption. We said we're going to do it. And that's the only option that maybe we are going to give it to the people so that that culture automatically starts changing it. So that's how we are saying. So we are kind of a little ahead in the game that way. Rather than preparing for the future, we are kind of making that happen and then letting everybody do it.
We have mentioned technology, right? And this has been a transformation, total transformation. And you said that this is a paradigm shift, not just a shift for 6 months to say just to coping up with the disruption. We are shifting to this. No, but this is a paradigm shift, totally transforming into a new thing. HR as a function or as a department, how do you think how open HR is in utilizing technology or advancements in AI? What do you see? And specifically, you can talk about what is happening on the real ground at Dalmia Bharat Group.
Right. So again, I would say, okay, let me just put it this way. So you're talking of a 10-year change or a 6 months of sightedness when we do our business planning. I think all of that, this definitely happens. For us, I think technology or the digital evolution, as we say, has been the focal point of setting up our expectation or setting up our targets. I have often seen in organizations who will set in their, a 10-year plan or a 5-year plan and keep technology as an enabler for the same. We work again the other way. We said technology is something that is given. It's a hygiene for us. Yeah. And then we started structuring in our entire planning around how the adoption would happen and how is it that the advancements will be. HR as a function, I think we've been leading in that space. And again, I'll say we didn't really kind of work it as an isolated function who's the only one adopting in technology. We've been right there with the management team in their decision making. If you look at the way our organization structures have evolved in over a period of time, it's all really focusing how this transformation that will happen. So it's not that we are defining in a structure and then helping or leveraging technology to make it happen. We're just doing it the other way. Likewise, we also kind of, since you mentioned that it's always leading in by example or by showing in, HR has been the first department we kind of went in paperless. Again, if you look at our recent journey with Oracle, the reason for us to partner with Oracle was because we knew that it kind of fits in our aspirations of what is it that we would want to become. And today we've not just limited in our journey of an HCM or a Fusion implementation. There is so much more that we are doing around it. Uh, Again, since everybody's the way of working has kind of changed in be it reporting or be it the analytics, there is so much more that we as a function itself are doing. And so we're not really doing in pulling out reports and sharing it with the management and for them to kind of, make out some meaning of it and then take decision. We're doing it. We're already into predictive analysis. We're telling them this is what the solution is. So I think from an overall perspective of an department, we kind of moved from a process-centric department and just kind of digitizing all these stuff to an outcome-based approach is what we kind of have transformed in. Structures that we would have thought of will actually be applicable, let's say, for the next 5 years. While we are not really losing our sight for the next 5 years, but we know that anything that we are building is not going to be is not with an objective of sustaining it for the next 6 years. It's with an objective of adapting it or making it agile so that everything that kind of comes in as a change, we're there, right? As in, we're never really obsolete at any point in time, and we were quick to adapt. So that as a department has been our mantra.
According to you, what can be major 3 things you would say that one individual must have these days? What values?
We look at ourselves slightly differently. We're not resources, we're not human resources. Resources are something that kind of is meant to last for a specific time. We, as an HR, we proudly call ourselves human relations team. And that is where I think the empathy kind of is most important factor for any of our operations. It frees up the bandwidth for all the HR people to focus on the relationships with every individual out there in the organization. Because that's very important. And in a world of today, everybody has abundant choices. So even if you go to a Netflix, I think there is so much to kind of watch for, but not everybody would want everything, right? So while there are analytics and everything in place, for us as a function, we thought let this relationship factor help us find out what is it that people are actually looking for. So that personalized touch is something that we never wanted to take away from a function.
We have been talking about many of the positive sides of instruction, how it has impacted our work life, the way we work, the way we live, anything positive, right? Along with that, there is a lot more negativity around. People are living in despair, people are on the verge of losing their hopes. In these tough times, what are those powerful lines or what is that message that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated all the time?
Okay, so I would say this is just again something that I have learned over my work experience or everything basically that we do in every day is keep learning it from the past. I think that's very, very important. That's the best mentor. Time is the best mentor and teaches you the best. At the same time, live in the present because that helps you kind of stay grounded and very, very close to reality. You can't really, any time should be away from reality. And keeping both of these in mind, build for the future because that's bound to come in. So I think that's what has kind of kept us going. That has been at the core of everything that we do and think of.
Great. This is the key takeaway for me from this interaction. Keep learning from your past, keep living in your present, that will make your future look great. Right? Taking ahead, one last question I would like to ask you. When we talk about technology impacting our work life, our personal life, the way we work, our businesses, industries, anything and everything, do you see technology also impacting the culture of the organization?
So culturally, I would say, Resham, that organization like us, so Dalmia Bharat Group is an organization that has always thrived on relationships. So we are not a hire and fire organization. We are, as I said, not just an organization that has built in processes and then we are, we've closed our eyes to everything else because this is what is the process. So we've been very, very relationship oriented organization. And at the same time, we have being extremely realistic to the outside market realities as well. So, if we look at the value system of the organization, that is talking about how an individual really needs to kind of connect with the others. That connect remains. At the same time, we've also this technology has also helped us, rewired our entire DNA of the organization. So today we are talking of our behaviors that tell us to be fast. We need to be very bold in our decision making. At the same time, we need to really value that collaboration. We got to be open. We have to trust people and be trusted in return. So all of it is something that is going to transform the entire culture of the organization. And bringing in Oracle, I think, was one of the reasons, because we wanted in a partner who aligns with our thought process of this. Because if we are going into a fact that we are changing or relooking at the entire DNA of an organization, of course, it has to be a little long term. So we needed someone who can partner us with that long term journey and continuously evolve with us.
Thank you so much for your insights, and thank you so much for your time.
It was really nice interacting with you, and thank you so much for your time.